And we are back, and I apologize for that. I had a computer crash there as we come back. Green flag racing with just 22 laps to go. And a bit of a shakeup here at the front as we see Baker Knapp up at the top of the leaderboard. With Andrew Lucas and Steve Gerber, your top three. See Chris Jennings coming down on the pit road to get his service done. Again, I do apologize for the for my computer just crashed. Nothing I can really say other than that. So it looks like we may have missed green flag pit stops. See Jonathan Jennings currently in the 15th position, being scored one lap down. Justin McMahon back in 16th. Tyne Schoening back in 17th. As again, Arthur Lucas, Baker Knapp, and Steve Gerber are currently your top three. See the 7 of Gary Armillo just limping around there, trying to get as many points as he can tonight, take advantage of a couple of the drivers who may have had to retire due to too much damage. We see Jonathan Jennings in that 91 on fresh tires and fuel, making his way back towards the front, trying to get around the 77 of Andrew Lucas to get himself back onto the lead lap. Again, I do apologize for the crash on my end. Not really sure what happened, but it looks like we are back now. As here comes Andrew Lucas down on the pit road to get his service done. That's going to put Steve Gerber up at the top of the leaderboard. Mike Leftwich also down on pit road getting his service done. Steve Gerber side by side with the 99 of John Smith, trying to get his lap back, and he will, along with Lucas Edwards, get his lap back as Lucas Edwards is battling side by side with Justin McMahon. Arthur Lucas down and away. Andrew Lucas down and away. So isn't Mike Leftwich, as Steve Gerber continues to circulate the track out in front. As we have next time by 16 laps to go. Mike Hayes runs back in the 5th position, as Kevin Brown makes his way down towards pit road, get his service done. Well, a battle back here between Andrew Lucas and Chris Leftwich. Currently a battle for 11th and 12th. Leftwich down on the low side, trying to get that position away, and he will take it. We see Chad Waller currently runs in 2nd, and Michael Samia in 3rd. A couple drivers still left the pit here with 15 laps to go. Don't forget to join us after this one's over, as the SDSRA Truck Series will be taking on Dover, the Monster Mile. That's going to be a great one to watch as well. So stick around after this one's over for our second race of the night. Steve Gerber, Mike Samia now down on the pit road to get their final pit stop done. That's going to put Chad Waller out into the lead. See Justin McMahon getting passed by Andrew Lucas and Chris Leftwich. When all cycles around, Mike Hayes will be your leader. Although Hunter Simpson right there in the tire tracks trying to run him down. And Jonathan Jennings, we know he shows a lot of speed. He is not too far out of this one as well. Question is, when is Chad Waller going to make his way down on the pit road? He's currently about 30 seconds ahead of Mike Hayes. When it comes down to lap times, Mike Hayes is running about 2 seconds faster than Chad Waller is. He's got about a 0.3 of a second lead over third place, Hunter Simpson. Little battle going on back here between Chris Jennings and Mike Leftwich. We saw Jennings get up into the wall a little bit ago, had a bit of damage to the right side of that machine. Looks like he's got most of it fixed up now. As Mike Leftwich is taking a look down underneath Ricky Hudges, this is a battle for the 11th position. Oh, Hudges gets turned and amazingly hangs on to it. We stay green. What a save from the 55 of Ricky Hudges. But he's going to lose quite a few positions, falling all the way back to the 13th position. As Mike Leftwich moves himself up into 11th and trying to chase down Justin McMahon for that 10th position. Here comes Andrew Lucas and Chris Leftwich trying to get around Lucas Edwards. Now Chad Waller making his way down pit road. And Mike Hayes is going to retake the lead when he comes by. Is Waller going to try to play a little strategy here? We might see him maybe take 2 tires and try to get out in front of Mike Hayes, who is now making his way through turns 3 and 4. Waller hits his box perfectly. Right sides are on. Looks like left sides are going up. So 4 tire stop for Chad Waller. And he's going to continue to fall down through the field as Mike Hayes takes over the lead. And he's got a just over a half-second lead over second place Hunter Simpson. And Jonathan Jennings about 1.5 seconds behind the 5 of Hunter Simpson as he goes around the 117 of Richard Leclerc. We have under 10 laps to go. John Smith and Chris Leftwich battling it out here. They make their way around Leclerc. Leftwich now moves himself up into the 6th position. And at the moment, Andrew Lucas is the fastest car on the racetrack. Another fast car on the racetrack right now is the 8 of Steve Gerber, back in the 11th position, trying to run down the 55 here to put himself up into the top 10. Andrew Lucas working that high side, trying to get around this 47 of Ty Shoney. And works at high lane, moves himself up into the 4th position. And he is catching the 91 of Jonathan Jennings quickly. With 8 laps to go, is Andrew Lucas going to be able to run down Jonathan Jennings and put himself onto the podium? Meanwhile, up front, Hunter Simpson still just under a second behind Mike Hayes, and he's starting to gain on Hayes a little bit. See, Simpson has run a little bit quicker lap than him on lap. Was that lap 47? Excuse me. Let's see where Simpson is on this lap as they come across the stripe. So Mike Hayes running just a little bit quicker that time, so the interval stays at right around 0.7 of a second. Christopher Simon and Chris Jennings going at it here. This is a battle for 13th and 14th. As you see the damage to the back of the 27 of Simon when he was involved in that big wreck on the backstretch earlier. Someone ran into the back of him. And now Chris Leftwich making his way around Jonathan Jennings, and we've got a battle for the final podium spot between Andrew Lucas and Chris Leftwich as Jonathan Jennings falls back into the 5th position. Mike Hayes out in front, coming to 4 laps to go. And Hunter Simpson having a little connection issue there for a moment. Hoping his internet can hold out long enough to get him to the checker flag. But don't look now, Andrew Lucas is coming, and he is coming quick. He's already with under a second behind Hunter Simpson. As we see Simpson that time by 3/10 of a second slower than Andrew Lucas. Lucas trying to run down Hunter Simpson for that runner-up spot. Will he have enough time as Mike Hayes makes his way down through turns 3 and 4? As they make their way to 2 laps to go. Battle back here between Mike Leftwich and Steve Gerber. As Gerber was able to make his way around the 60 of Leftwich and up into the 8th position. Mike Hayes has to deal with the lap traffic. That is the 421 of Orlando Harrell. Meanwhile, Hunter Simpson has a mirror full of Andrew Lucas behind as the white flag flies. 1 lap to go here at Auto Club Speedway. And nothing but clear sailing out in front for Mike Hayes, as Hunter Simpson now has Andrew Lucas right there on the back bumper. They come off of turn number 2. Is Lucas going to get a run down the backstretch? It looks like he will. As they make their way towards turn number 3, is Andrew Lucas going to have enough? He's going to make a last-ditch effort. Hunter Simpson's going to block that low lane. And as they come off of turn number 4, Mike Hayes is going to get the win. The drag race for second. It's going to be Hunter Simpson by 1/100th of a second, taking home second, and Andrew Lucas bringing home in third. Christopher Leftwich in fourth, and Jonathan Jennings rounds out your top 5. And for the first time this year, we will have an interview without Jonathan Jennings, as the fireworks fly here on the backstretch. Thought we'd be able to see them, but we will not. And Mike Hayes makes his way down to the start-finish line, where he's going to celebrate his victory here in the Shoney's 110 at Auto Club Speedway. As Mike Hayes celebrates his well-deserved victory here at Auto Club Speedway, let's take a look at the final results. And Mike Hayes getting the win. Hunter Simpson coming home in second. Look at the interval between Hunter Simpson and Andrew Lucas. Just under a 100th of a second. Chris Leftwich brings home fourth. Jonathan Jennings back in fifth. Ty Schoening back in sixth. John Smith seventh. Steve Gerber eighth. Mike Leftwich and Lucas Edwards round out your top 10. Kevin Brown brings it home 11th. Mike Samia back in 12th. 13th was Chad Waller. Ricky Hudges back in 14th. And Christopher Simon round out your top 15. 16th was Chris Jennings with Justin McMahon back in 17th. Jim Willis 18th. Richard Leclerc 19th. And Baker Knapp round out your top 20. Jeffrey Engel comes home 21st. Gary Amio back in 22nd. Cameron King in the 23rd spot. Orlando Harrell 24th. Michael Dow 25th. Nick Schell 26th. Gary Maydew back in 27th. Eddie Rivers in 28th. Mark Dumont, Chuck Cobb, and Carson Burrows round out the field here tonight at Auto Club Speedway as we get ready to talk to our top 3. Give Andrew Lucas just a moment more to jump into the booth. Of course, we want to thank all of our great partners here in the Doghouse Racing League, including our series and race sponsor, Shoney's. Doghouse Racing League is proud to be sponsored by Shoney's. Shoney's is open daily for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Stop by one of their West Virginia locations and try their freshly prepared breakfast bar, legendary breakfast bar, or take home a whole strawberry pie. Shoney's, delicious food and friendly service since 1947. So I also want to thank our other great partners here, Shoney's, Group 6, Simpson Race Designs, and Fanatics. Of course, Doghouse Racing League is an affiliate partner with Fanatics. Use the link below, and any purchase that you purchase, the commissions will go towards the Doghouse Racing League to help fund the league. Well, it looks like just 2 drivers in the waiting room waiting for interviews here tonight. So let's get ready to talk to our second place driver, Hunter Simpson. Hunter, you got Josh up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Man, what a run for you here tonight. Running up in the top five pretty much all race long. Fell back a little bit. Unfortunately, we had a little technical issue on our side. My computer crashed just before green flag pit stop. So, talk us through those pit stops and what you're able to do to get yourself back out in front and trying to battle there for the win.
Well, on the first stop, you know, was talking with the team and John, he's a close teammate of mine, so he stayed out. So I was like, well, if he's staying out, I might as well stay out and just see how it goes. And it paid off because we was able to pit maybe, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 laps for everybody else. But by the end, I was just trying to hang on and trying to catch up. And it was a wild race. Everyone diving in so deep, and you got to be wary of that while you're still trying to save tires and still be in the best position you could.
Well, I know how slick this racetrack is during the day, but it looked really racy out here tonight. Talk about racing with these guys. It seemed like there's a lot of 2, 3, 4 wide racing, door to door racing, and it looked like a blast out there.
Yeah, it was fun. It was exciting, watching everybody set each other up, and then you're thinking ahead, like, what can I do to get them back? Just because you're waiting on somebody to make a pass, and then you're like, well, once they pass, I'm going for him. So you're just trying to wait. So it was exciting in that way, but I don't know. I just wish it would have went green the whole time because I feel like I would have had an even better chance of maybe catching a win here.
Yeah, it looked like those cautions may have hurt a couple drivers, especially John Jennings and a few others there. But man, great job for you coming home on the podium tonight here in second. Of course, before we let you go, Hunter, anyone you want to thank? Any shots you got to give here tonight?
I want to thank you guys for the broadcast. I know I'm kind of new here for the Xfinity series, but I'm hoping to do more races throughout the future. Daniel for having this amazing league. He's currently sick right now, so we try to make sure everything went smoothly. All the league admins, all my personal sponsors, Adam Looney Foundation, AutismSpeaks.org, Simpson Brothers Towing, Simpson Design Shop, Awesome Design Concepts, Fusion Auto Sales. There's a lot of personal people on my real car, so I try and thank them anytime I get on here too.
Awesome, man. Well, again, congratulations on the runner up spot tonight. Good luck next week, and hopefully we'll talk to you again soon.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Have a great night. So that was your second place finisher, Hunter Simpson. Let's bring in your winner here, driver of the 22, Michael Hayes. Mike, you got Josh up in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir, I do.
Man, what a run for you here tonight, dethroning the great Jonathan Jennings to get a win here tonight. It looks like it was done off strategy. Unfortunately, as I just told Hunter, my computer crashed just before green flag pit stop. So, talk us through your strategy there and how the green flag pit stops put you out in front here tonight.
Well, actually, it all goes back to that first pit stop when we had that caution on like lap 10 or something, and where most of the field pitted, but a few of them stayed out, and I decided to pit it, but I didn't take tires, and I kind of threw myself off strategy there, thinking that I was kind of in a bad spot, but I knew I had a little bit extra fuel in case that came into play, and I guess coming to that last green flag stop, I saved just enough tires to get the lead there and kind of manage it from there. But yeah, it was a pretty crazy race all in all. I did not expect to win this.
Yeah, it seemed like the track was really racy out there. Like I said to Hunter a minute ago, normally this track's really, really slick, and the high side tends to be the dominant side. Tonight, the track just seemed like it had a ton of grip in there, and you guys could put the cars anywhere as you wanted. Normally, passing down on the low side is almost impossible when the track gets real slick. But you're able to make it work, both high side, low side, and get your way through traffic. Talk us through that and what you're able to do differently than some of the other drivers to make both ends of the track work for you.
Yeah, I mean, this track's like a cheese grater, so I mean, you got to save tires, but at the same time, you got to keep up with the pack and stay with the draft. So on that first run before the caution, I just decided I was just gonna lay back and run the bottom, and if I was a little bit slower than everybody else, so be it. I was just gonna manage the race from start to finish, and that was kind of my strategy throughout the whole race. Still, just kind of committed to that bottom and try not to burn up my right front and right rear so much.
Well, you did a great job of that, keeping the tires on the thing and getting yourself in victory lane here tonight. And of course, before we let you go, Mike, anyone you want to thank? Any shots you got to give here tonight?
Yeah, huge shout out to the Honeycutts. They're always very supportive watching these races. I appreciate them watching, and and letting me know how bad or good I did during the races. But yeah, shout out to the league. This was besides that one caution, I think it was a fantastic race in my opinion. And yeah, shout out to you guys for broadcasting this. It's gonna be a good one to go back and watch for sure.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's going to be in 2 parts. Again, I apologize for the computer crashing halfway through the run. I do see Tyler Honeycutt did said, hell yeah, Mikey, way to go. So you got the support there in the chat. And again, good luck next week. Hopefully, we'll get to talk to you again soon.
All right, man. Have a good night.
Have a great night. So that was your winner, Mike Hayes. Getting it done here at Auto Club Speedway in the Shoney's 110 here on iRacing. And that's going to do it for us here in our first race of the doubleheader. Don't forget to tune back in here in about a half hour's time as the SCSRA Truck Series is going to be taking on the Monster Mile at Dover. It's going to be a great one. So for all of our great partners here, including the Butt Kicker for all your iRacing haptic needs, gaming haptic needs, check out thebuttkicker.com. You can check out Race EPI for all your iRacing coaching and setup needs. Of course, check out our web store over at intensitybroadcasting.com or intensityracing.com. And check out the partners here, including Fanatics. You can find the link down below, the Doghouse Racing League's website at doghouseracingligue.com. Don't forget to check out Shoney's in West Virginia, our league and series sponsor. So check out all that. Links are down below in the description. Of course, that's going to do it for us here tonight. And again, don't forget to hit that like button, follow, and subscribe. Hit that little notification bell so you know anytime we go live here on Intensity Broadcasting. And that's going to do it for us. And as our boy Atlee Atman Weiss would say, over